Hello everybody, this is Michael Sanders and this is my Go Sees show. It's a lovely day, it's perfect, I'd suggest, fall day here in New York, and my lovely Go See for the day is Ilaria
Bici, whatever you like.
and we discussed very briefly the differences in the pronunciation between your Albanian roots.
Okay.
So that was my first question, it's always where are you from?
Okay.
Go for
My parents are Albanian and I consider myself Albanian even though I was born and raised in Italy. And my surname, actually it's pronounced Bici, but since I was born and raised there, nobody ever pronounced it the right way. They would pronounce it Bici, which is a short name for bicicletta, bicycle.
Exactly.
And they made fun of me like through all the years. Yeah.
Because they called you the local bicycle.
Something like that.
That was really naughty.
They've been making fun of me for my roots, for my surname.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard.
So where were you born?
I was born in Bari. It's like south of Italy, but I was just like, I wasn't meant to like be there. My parents were just on vacation in the south of Italy, and I was born there.
Oh wow, they were on holiday.
Yeah, they were living in Florence already.
Okay,
So we just, after the hospital, they moved straight to Florence again. I mean, my mom was there,
Yes.
so she had to give me birth somehow.
Somewhere, somehow.
I guess, somehow, yeah.
So they were living in Florence.
Yeah, but
Why did they move from Albania?
it's about their love story. My dad
love
was
that.
in love with my mom for 4 years or something. My mom wouldn't care.
Where did they meet?
Yeah, they met in Albania, in their hometown. But like my mom was really into basketball, so she was a basketball player for the Albanian
wow.
team. So
Wicked.
she wasn't really caring about boys, and I
She
mean
was
she
a
was only
sportswoman.
20 or something. And
Okay.
my dad and my mom, they have 12 years gap, so it's a lot. And my mom wouldn't consider such a
Older man.
older man.
Even though 12 years wasn't that much, it was 32.
Yeah, it was 32. But
How did they meet? Do you know?
well, actually, my dad was just, I mean, everybody knew each other because Albania is not a big country and the cities are not that big. And she was playing a match and my dad just went there and he kept going to all the matches and just like screaming her name and stuff and asking her out. And she would
was
say,
a fan.
no, yeah.
He was a big fan.
And I don't think so. I think
stalker?
he was a fan of my mom as a woman, not actually as a player, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was she beautiful? Did you get your looks from your mother?
Eyes from dad, so the color of my eyes, and which is a weird mix.
And it's an odd, you have an odd eye color.
Yeah, and my dad is even odder than me, I would say, because he has like dark skin, olive skin, and black hair, and these eyes, and it's just
And
like
light eyes.
yes.
That's some genetic throwback?
No clue. My dad has 5 sisters and 3 brothers, and they're all like mixed and different.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And
It's
what
weird.
does your mum look like?
Green eyes, my
Okay.
color of the skin, so kind of pale, and this hair.
Okay, so what was it like being an Albanian growing up in Florence, which is a very beautiful city? Do you want to tell me about Florence? How was that growing up?
Florence is amazing. I think it's the best city to grow up in. I mean, at least in Tuscany, because you have everything. It's small. It's not a city. It's like a big village, we would say. And I mean, you have everything. You just walk through the streets and see art, and it just fills your heart so much. You don't need to go to museums and do all these lines, because
The beauty is around
the
you.
beauty is around. Like history and beauty is around, and it gives you so much. I mean, it's.
So your parents maintained their Albanian culture throughout your upbringing and childhood?
Well, I guess yes. In some things, yes. For other things, they had to, I mean,
Adapt.
to adapt, yeah.
Did they want to become Italians?
No, they never wanted to become something else. Like, they always stayed Albanians, and they taught me to have no shame about that, because we are shamed a lot as Albanians in Italy.
As immigrants?
Yeah, as immigrants,
minorities?
especially Albania, Romania, Moroccan, all these kind of ethnies, they are really shamed.
Oh, that's
in Italy.
terrible.
Well, I mean,
Is it the Romanian gypsy
No,
idea?
not really. I mean,
No.
gypsies are something else also. I mean, they are a different group as well. I don't know. I think just all the East Europeans and
Yes.
also Arabs and Moroccans,
Are discriminated against?
they are. I mean, we gave them some reasons somehow in the beginning. Everyone gives some reasons, but you cannot discriminate everyone just because someone's bad. There is one bad sheep in every, like one black sheep in every white group.
Family. And were you discriminated against, and how come? Because you look so perfectly Italian in many ways, and you have an Italian-sounding name. Weren't you able to pass without any recognition of your Albanian roots whatsoever?
I didn't want to hide that, so I would
Okay.
be the first one saying I'm Albanian.
I see.
I mean, that would.
Did it get you into trouble?
No, not really. I mean,
Okay.
I was discriminated at school. I was really good at school and also had high grades, but they would lower my marks
No.
because I was Albanian.
That's outrageous.
It is. Also because I was working as a model and I was going really good at school. I would be the best in my class.
Best in your class.
So I was working, being a model, being really good at school.
They were jealous.
And they were just like not accepting the fact that I was Albanian doing that.
And excelling and beating all of the local kids.
I don't know, some of them. Like my philosophy teacher is not one of them because he has like a wider, open mind. He's like a great man, so he wouldn't discriminate me. So good people wouldn't do that.
Where did you get your native intelligence from, do you think? Is it something you had to work at school, or did it come naturally and easily for you?
I didn't have time to work that, so I think it just came like this. I cannot consider myself more intelligent than someone else, but I can say that I don't need much effort to get into things because I know how to study. Like, this is the subject, this is the point, I understand the point, and then I just make it through my words.
What was your favourite subject and your best subject?
Philosophy.
It was philosophy, but that's
yeah.
quite late. That's later in your scholastic life, wasn't it?
It's in high school.
High school, is that when you came into your own academically?
Actually, no. I mean, I've always been like better in literature, Italian literature. So before high school, then in high school, I started studying all the languages I speak and philosophy.
Okay, so what languages are they?
So Albanian, Italian as mother tongue, and then English, French, German, and Spanish.
Jesus, you speak all of those.
Yeah.
Which is your least strong?
Least strong. I don't know. I'm losing a little bit my German because it's been more than a year that I don't practice it.
Yes.
But I used to be really good. I also graduated in a German high school.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So what kind of kid were you?
Well, really easygoing. I wouldn't study that much, I have to be honest. Just for languages, I was blessed because I could learn them fast since my brain was already set to learn 2 languages at the time.
It was an advantage.
It was really easy, and also I could pronounce things really good because we have a lot of letters in Albanian and sounds. So even though I wasn't that good in grammar, I would be good at speaking and reading.
Right.
So they would hire my marks, even though my friends would study like. My classmates would study 6 hours a day. I would study half an hour, and I would be done.
Right,
also
you had a
because
facility.
I was working, I didn't have time to study full time.
Right. Were you always pretty?
No, I don't think so.
You didn't think you were pretty growing up as a little girl?
No, I never said, I could never say I wasn't pretty because I was like...
You were pretty.
I was pretty, and also that was an important thing, that people changed the way they were...
Yes, exactly.
The ones that were mobbing me when I was a child just because of my origins now would die to ask me, like...
Out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your love life.
My love life. Ooh. So...
Is it quite a saga?
It is.
And what star sign are you?
Sagittarius.
You're a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
That's a great sign.
I like my sign.
I like it too. Everyone I know around me is Sagittarians. I'm a Leo. I'm a fellow
Thanks
fire
God.
sign.
If you were a Gemini, we would have some issues to discuss.
Do they have issues, those signs?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend, the one that was we were for 5 years together.
Oh, that's a long one.
Yeah, he is a Gemini because he's not.
They're tricky.
Was hard. Was
Hard
the most
work.
bipolar person.
Yeah.
that I've ever met in my life. And I don't regret anything, but that was a really tough and hard time of my life.
What years were they?
From 14 to I was 14 when we started dating.
Yeah.
And then we broke up last year. Like,
Gosh.
forever. It was like we broke up when I was 18.
What?
But then 1 year was just like
That's a huge part of your life.
Yeah, I lost all my teenage, let's say.
Yes.
And I had to grow up really fast. One, for the job, because I was alone, traveling all the time, and I had to make up my mind and just be really fast at solving problems and stuff. And the other part, because I was kind of wifey. I mean,
So having had the wifey, a long-term monogamous relationship over so many years as a young person, wasn't that teaching you stuff about how to do it?
Yeah, and the first thing I can say I learned from that is that I know what I want now. I mean, I've been experiencing every type of relationship with only one guy, like the loving, the fighting, the jealousy, everything.
And what do you want now? What are you looking for?
What I have.
Oh, you have
My
another
current
you have
boyfriend.
a current boyfriend.
Yeah, finally.
So was there a period between the split up of the first one and the...
There was. It was more than... it was like a year and a half, which...
Is that a long time?
Well, there's no long time. I didn't actually plan to be with someone.
Yes.
It just happened, and when it happens, you just have to...
Accept it.
Yeah, and just go for it if you feel like it's the right thing to do. And in this year and a half, I also experienced other situations and people, and none of them... I was always comparing with my ex, and still, after all the bad things he has done to me, he would be better than the guys I was dating or trying to date.
So what were you looking for? Do you know?
Well, yeah, what I have now is just a loving person that makes me... Like, I want someone that makes me be what I want to be. I believe we don't have one personality, but we have multiple personalities. And what we call our personalities, what we like to be. It's like I can also be a bad person to someone.
You can?
I can. I can be a bitch. I can be a really good person. I can be an angel to someone. It's just the way they make you behave. You relate to people in the way they make you behave, I guess. So what I am with the guy I am now, I like it a lot, every time.
You like how you are, or do you like how he makes you feel?
I like who I am with him, and I like what we are together.
Right.
So I like the whole thing, but especially how I feel, like how I behave with him, how he make everything change in my life.
That's great. How did you meet?
Well, he was in love with me for like 6 years since in high school, but
he's a contemporary of yours. He's a schoolmate.
Not in my school, but kind of the same group of friendships.
So he's Italian?
Yeah, but he lives in Miami.
So you knew him for a long time?
Yeah.
I mean,
not directly. We knew each other because we would see each other a lot. But we never spoke, or he would never dare to ask me out because I was dating this other guy, which was my ex-boyfriend for all these years.
And this is locally. Give me a picture of where this is all taking place.
And this is taking place in Prato, which is a city in 20 minutes away from Florence when I was living for a couple of years.
Okay.
And
so he'd seen you and admired you from afar. He didn't really know who you were, but you were the beautiful girl in the...
He knew who I was because I was... The guy I was dating, I mean, my ex-boyfriend is a really good-looking guy, which has a strong impact when he walks, when he talks.
He has charisma.
No, because he behaves like he's God and like walking high and beautiful.
But that was enough to seduce you, wasn't it?
No, I guess it happened. I mean, he would be like that with other people. He would be different with me. And I liked the beginning of that. I liked the beginning of our story. I cannot say I was not in love. I was in love, crazy. And I don't regret anything. But that was not love because that was sick.
So, before we get into the pathology, you're no longer friends, I take it?
No.
You haven't been able to maintain a friendship?
I tried to, but in the end, it worked even worse than our story. So I was just like, okay, your life. So
would you consider yourself to have baggage already? At your young age?
I guess, yes.
So there was a slight scarring of the trauma of that past relationship?
There was. I was at one point, also what made it difficult with the guy I am now, my boyfriend, was that I would feel like I don't deserve love. Like I wouldn't deserve love from the others, so I would be really cold. I am cold like a person. I'm not really a warm person.
What?
I mean, that's what they say. I don't know, but
What do you feel? Why is it about them? Why is it about the other?
I feel like I'm not that warm. I mean, I'm respectful and I am open to meet anyone, but I'm not the kind of person that jumps to you every time it sees you. Maybe if I haven't seen you for a long time, but you know.
Sagittarians are a bit cool, aren't they? You're a bit cool for school. You are.
Maybe.
I think so. It's like a kind of a slight superiority complex that you're a bit above everything. That's the distance anyway.
I don't think so. I don't feel above everything. I feel like I have a lot to learn. But what maybe made you feel that I feel like I'm above everything is that since I've been through a lot of different situations, I kind of made up my mind and my view of life.
Oh, well.
I mean,
For the moment, for this part of your life anyway.
For this part of my life, I'm quite happy with my mind. Like,
Okay.
I don't feel lost. Like, totally lost now.
Okay.
As I would feel maybe 19 years old, I would feel lost a little bit. I don't feel that much.
All right. Now, what made the difference? Is it the current relationship you're in that gives you a sense of security and
Also.
comfort, that you're loved for being you and you can be yourself and therefore you're happy?
I think that makes a huge part. Yeah, it makes a huge part. But,
Do you feel that you didn't have enough time on your own completely?
yeah, I do. I feel I wasn't myself all through these years. I was with my ex. That's why I lost myself. It's like I don't remember the exact word. When someone just makes you like null, zero,
Yes.
and tries to shape you as he wants.
Oh, wow.
This kind of feeling.
Gosh.
So I knew I wasn't myself, and I lost all my friends. I lost all of my passions. I wasn't drawing anymore. I wasn't reading anymore.
Was he controlling? Is that what was the
Yeah,
crux
he was
of it?
controlling 100% my life. He was stalking me and not
Is it out
allowing
of an
me-
insecurity? Do you think? Was he an insecure
Yeah,
individual
yeah.
who needed to
Oh,
control
definitely insecure.
and
Definitely
feel
insecure.
in control?
Yeah, because there's no reason you have to control someone so much if you're
Right.
sure you're giving this person all she needs.
Yes. So what zodiac sign is your current boyfriend that you have so much compatibility with? Do you even know?
Toro. I don't know.
He's a Taurus.
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. But you're happy. So, okay, let's talk about the story of how you got into modelling to begin with. How did it happen? Were you scouted? Give me the nuts and bolts, step by
Okay.
step. Because that's
First-
what we want to tell, the potential viewers who might want to know how to become a model.
Okay, first fashion show I did was 9
Show, hang
years
on.
old.
Oh, hang on. You went straight to a fashion show?
Yeah, when I was 9 years old.
Oh, 9
that was
years
my
old.
first fashion
Sorry.
show.
Sorry, I was interrupting. I jumped the gun.
Yeah, like
How did that come about?
the Guess brand designer of the time.
Yes.
They were doing the shows in Florence. And he just saw me walk in the street with my mom, and he asked my mom to like,
you wanna be in the
include me
Guess
to
show?
to the show because it was like girls, boys, and kids all together.
Okay. So that gave you a taste at 9.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful taste, I mean, amazing experience. But also, my mom made me stop straight away because she saw the other girls that were like, I just straightened my hair. I don't want curls, and they were 9. So they're just complaining about everything. She was like, I don't want my kid to become like this.
A brat.
So she asked Guess company not to pay me anything and just to give me clothes.
Okay.
So they gave me some clothes.
Thanks,
I still have
Mum.
them.
Thanks. She
Mum.
robbed you of however much you would have gotten paid, which was how much do you think?
Like,
Not
I don't
that
know.
much,
Not that
$250
much.
maybe.
Not that much, but
Okay.
anyways,
That's
thanks,
the
Mom,
principle.
for real. Thanks, Mom, for taking
keeping
me
you
away.
real
Yeah.
and protecting you from that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 you had a taste of it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I've always thought about that. Like, all my years, sometimes I still have all the flashes of the fashion show in my mind.
Wow.
Super beautiful experience.
That's amazing.
I also
yeah.
met some of the girls I was doing the fashion show when now, like one girl, I met her last year, and also one boy of the fashion show, I met him 5 years ago, and we just found each other like, were you in the guest show? I was like, yeah, but I was 9. I remember you. It's fun.
That's so
It was
cool.
fun.
So do you feel you're a show-off and you're an extrovert and you like to be the center of attention?
No, not really.
You don't?
I think I don't care. I don't know.
So it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter to me to be like to be something for the others.
Yes.
I mean, as long as I feel good with myself, I don't care. I mean, I can go out with something really weird and wearing some stuff that nobody would, but as long as I feel good, it doesn't matter, honestly.
Okay, great. Is fashion important to you?
It's really important.
And it was a part of your life before you became a part of it?
No.
It wasn't? It's
No.
not something you were aware of growing up?
No. I wasn't buying the magazines. I wasn't reading Vogue. No, I had no clue about designers and photographers. No.
Were you an only child?
No, I have 2 little sisters.
Oh, wow. Three girls.
Yeah, with 3 girls.
And are you a good, proud older sister?
I am really proud of my sisters, and I want them to grow up like I did, because I had a really good education. I will forever thank my parents for giving me that. And yeah, I mean, I'm really proud. They're doing what they're doing. They like what they're doing. They're good. They're still young. I'm not pushing them to become models or whatever. I just want them to be. They could.
They're pretty.
Yeah, they could.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. But like my older little sister, she's not interested in that.
Okay.
She's really good at acting though.
Oh, right.
So if that's what she wants to do, as you start as a hobby, then it becomes your job, and you can also study.
Did you do any of that acting business?
No, I did it for school in German. I like acting though.
In German?
In German, yeah, because I had to practice my German, so
Right.
it was the funniest thing I could do.
That's cool. But you don't have any main ambitions in that regard. You'd be happy to...
Well, why not? I would never exclude
you won't
that.
say no.
Yeah, I like cinema.
Right.
Yeah, I do like it. Not the Italian, actually. The current Italian cinema doesn't really excite me, but the American definitely, yes.
Okay. So who was your first agency? How did all that begin?
IMG Milan. They scouted me.
Where were you? What were you doing?
Well, they scouted me somehow. My ex sent them my Polaroids. I didn't want to try with them because I thought IMG was way too much for me. I didn't have that much experience because I had worked in Florence with another agency, but I had like commercials and stuff. I didn't have that much experience. So there aren't too many agencies in Milan. Why go to IMG? I can go to some easier ones. I mean, IMG was seen like the agency at the time. So I didn't try them. And I had also some yes from other agencies as Women Next, Elite. And also Elite wanted me to become a model when I was 14, but I refused.
Was that scouted again, or was that your...
Yeah, I was scouted. At that time, I was also walking around, yeah.
Walking around. So there was this constant scouting of you throughout your...
No, this was Elite scouting me when I was 14, and then I signed with IMG when I was 15 and a half.
Okay.
Just because they saw my Polaroids. I was in Albania at the time. I was in vacation because it was summer.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just got this email like, you're really photogenic, would like to meet you with your mom when you come back. And like, first, why? Like, who are you? Second, how do you know I'm not there? So then I asked my current, the boyfriend at the time, and he told me like, yeah, I sent them your Polaroids because I believe in you and I thought you could do that.
So he did believe in you?
For a certain amount of years, yes, maybe. I mean, it wasn't just everything black.
Of course not.
We've been together all this time, and it's not that I've been like, I'm not that stupid. You can be a little bit, you can be innocent, you can be naive, but not forever. And also I had a mom on my back that would tell me things that I wouldn't see.
Right.
So it wasn't that bad not to stand it.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, that's what
Does he have another girlfriend now, do you think? Or do you not know what his life is like?
I don't care.
Did your parents like him?
No.
They didn't like him?
No.
From the beginning?
Not from the beginning. I mean, my mom was more the one that would meet him. My dad wouldn't care that much. He's the kind of person that, I'll have your husband for dinner one day. I don't want to meet all your boyfriends and stuff. So it was like even caring about that.
Even though he was the boyfriend for many years.
Yeah.
And he might as well have been your husband.
Yeah, when he found out, he was the first one to say like, no, this guy, no. My mom wouldn't like him at one point because, I mean, the really good period lasted for like 1 year and a half, and then all the problems came.
I see.
So
Okay,
no.
but you're out of that now.
I'm out of that.
And what are you looking forward to? So you took to being a model well. It was something that you enjoyed doing.
Yeah, modeling is art. Modeling is so beautiful. I mean, if you take it in the right way, I think it's something that can just fill your life so much.
And has done.
Yeah, I also wrote my thesis about that in high school because I thought it was really important in my life. I mean, it's a word. Every time you do a job, you have, especially in editorials and stories, you have to be someone else. You have to pretend to be someone else. And that's like acting, but you don't have time to realize and to prepare for that. So it's like a big shock in you. Sometimes it's good because it makes you find out different parts of yourself. Like, I can also be like this. Like, I can do that. Sometimes it's just a little bit, it makes you lose the control of what's happening. Like,
and is that good
day, for you? That's not good because it's like every day is something different.
You don't like that?
I like that, but it's dangerous. I mean, I like that. I like being someone different. I like it a lot. But what can happen, what I kind of was going through is that at one point you just don't realize what are you.
You lose a sense of yourself.
Yes, you lose a sense of reality also.
As people project their own needs onto you all day long.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
But you're saying that that's a danger, but it didn't actually happen to you
didn't
ultimately
happen, no.
because you're such a strong and self-aware personality?
No, I think it didn't happen because I realized what was happening.
Okay, you were conscious.
I was conscious.
And it was happening.
I knew I was interpreting so many different characters every day, and it was kind of dangerous for me because I would lose myself. But at the end of the day, I would always ask myself, who are you? Who am I? What am I doing? What are my goals? What is my life? Yeah, I also asked that.
So you're a philosophy major. What is your overriding philosophy of life, would you say?
In which sense?
In the sense of what do you believe in? What's it all about, Ilaria?
Well,
what's the meaning of life for you?
Well, if you're not able to stand on a cliff without looking back at the past, but looking to the future, this thing not only will never make you happy, but will never make anyone around you happy. So you have to be brave and to abandon all the past things you have in your mind. Just look straight forward and be happy. Try to be happy, which doesn't mean being famous or rich or... I mean, there are people living in a small house on a cliff which are happier than people living in a rooftop, I guess.
So what makes you happy in particular?
Reaching my goals, doing what I like. I mean, I would never do anything that I don't like, that doesn't make me happy. I mean, if I work a lot in a city when I'm like with no friends, when I feel lonely and I see no future, but I make a lot of money, I would never stay there just for the money.
What are your favorite things to do?
I love drawing, especially abstract drawings, but it happens rarely now because only when I'm inspired by something or when I think a lot about something. I mean, I didn't do that for a long time, so it was hard for me to take a pen again and just...
But what would be a perfect day now for you? Describe to me.
A perfect day?
Yeah. What was a
I don't know. I'm looking forward for Christmas.
You want Christmas presents?
Yeah, I want Christmas presents.
What is it about Christmas that you are looking forward to?
Vacation.
A holiday. So you like work, but you also like to play.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite mode of play?
I mean, in life, there are pleasures.
Yes.
And you have to have pleasures because that's one life.
Yes.
I'm not the kind of person that says like, I have friends that would work like straight the whole year. No one day off. Not one day off. I mean, no, I'm 19 years old. I've lost so much.
Jesus.
Didn't have a teenage. If I want to do like a whole month of vacation, I'm trying to do that.
Okay, good.
Maybe not 1 month, but 2 weeks for sure.
So would you consider yourself a hedonist, someone who likes fun and pleasure, and that is important to them? That's not your drive.
I mean, for me, pleasure, it's important. Also, like, pleasures of life are not so much. I mean, it's...
The simple pleasures of life.
It's objective, yeah, like eating what you like,
Yeah.
or traveling a lot, or spending time with the family and the people you love.
Yes.
Also, like, being satisfied with your job, I would also like to study, so...
Yeah,
studying
right.
by yourself, or trying to get a scholarship, or get into university, or make enough money to get into university, or stuff like that.
So you haven't abandoned your further education.
No.
You'll
No.
do more of it. You'll do more learning
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah, I feel like my education hasn't started yet. I mean,
Okay.
what I've done, but I still so much place to
Okay,
fill.
great. Yes, of course. That was great.
You know,
Yes.
no.
So you're living here now?
Yeah, I will leave New York the 14th of December.
Oh shit! Are you coming out of frame? I think you might have to come a bit closer.
Sorry.
And maybe the light's gone down. Maybe I'll open up. No, I'm not going to, for the sake of continuity. Don't worry.
I look like a ghost. Vampire.
You're pale. I like that pale,
I'm
but
very
with the dark
pale.
hair. That's a nice combination. What's your favourite part of the actual job and the day at work as a model in a studio or on location? Do you have a preference, one or the other?
One kind of job that I like more
Yeah.
than the others. I like editorials, of course,
Mhm.
because
More freedom?
yeah, more freedom, much more freedom. You just have to. I mean, you have a character, you have a story, you have this beautiful clothes and styling, and you just have to play with your body and express what they're seeking from you, what they want from you.
Yes.
And that's beautiful. I think that's art. If you can manage to do that and express what they want you to give, that's beautiful. That's an artwork. I
That's
guess.
amazing.
That's what I feel.
I don't
about
think
it.
I've interviewed anyone so far, and about 30 models who put it quite in that way, that they would have dared elevate the process to art with a capital A or a little small a. We're talking art with a small a. It's a commercial art, let's call it that.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. For me, in myself, it's art, real art, because what I do, I feel it's an expression of art.
Right.
What they sell, it's commercial.
Yes.
So
But your part of it,
my
our part of it,
yeah,
creating something
our
beautiful,
part, especially our part. Yeah,
it is a beautiful thing.
we don't see that as like. I mean, if you can, sometimes maybe they don't like it because it's not commercial, it won't sell. But you feel in yourself like that's how it should be. But then also the job makes you cope with that and
Yes, it's
change a little bit and make it more commercial, more as they like. You have to make them pleasure.
we are at service.
Yeah.
This is what I keep saying.
But sometimes you just, when you do free stuff and you just have to express it, just something like an exchange between the photographer and the model, it's different. Then you don't have to think about selling or making the others like that. It's just what you like. It's pure art.
And what do you want now in your career? What's the goal? You said you need a goal. What is it?
Well, my career-wise, now I think I've always wanted to work in beauty and like commercial-wise in cosmetics and beauty, like L'Oreal, these brands. Yes, I love that. I like that. It's pictures and it's the face and you express a lot. You use your face so much. You might not use the body so much, but for that there are editorials in high fashion, which
Right. But you'd be perfectly happy for the rest of your days to be a beauty campaign model where it's just from the neck up.
No. I mean, not only that. I would also like to do something with my body, which is like editorials.
And you think you can have it all.
Why not?
So what is it?
I mean, maybe I cannot, but that's what I like
and
to
that's
think.
what you're going for. So what are the clients, photographers, magazines, campaigns that you would want to be doing tomorrow?
Well, there's a bunch, I guess.
Well, the phone rings
Yeah,
tomorrow.
like,
What's the number one?
L'Oreal giving me a
L'Oreal a
contract.
contract?
Yeah. It's a
'Cause you're worth
L'Oreal
it.
contract.
Is it you're worth it?
Yeah, worth it.
That's it. It's the mother lode, let's face it.
Yeah,
In
why
terms of
not?
economic remuneration, that's the biggest pair, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, also.
But money's not important to you?
I cannot say money is not important because I think nobody can say money is not important. Money is important nowadays,
Yes.
and they're making money every day more important. But it's not the most important thing of my life. I mean, being happy with myself, being just maybe not even happy, because I think happiness is just a
Fleeting?
sprinkle. Yeah, something that you feel happy for 1 minute for something. Someone gives you news and you're happy. Or maybe for a day, but it's not every day you're happy. I think you feel just, in Italian we have the term sereno, which is
Serene.
something like serene and peaceful.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want peace. Peace, yes, peace of
I
mind.
mean, I also like the thrill and being a little bit
on the edge.
Yeah, on the edge of thinking. But what you seek in life, I guess, is just being peaceful. I mean, being what I seek. It's being okay with myself.
That's
Not
great.
even to...
But you've achieved this?
I think I haven't achieved that. I'm not complete.
You're not. So
but
what do you need to have happen for that sense of completion and equanimity and satisfaction ultimately?
I need a lot of things.
Give me the most important.
I mean,
on the list.
Finding a real place to live and not moving from one place to another.
Mm-hmm. You want roots.
I liked my instability all these years. I liked it a lot because I learned a lot of things, and it was hard and it was beautiful. It was a mix of like so many emotions. But now I just want a place to call home, which is not Florence anymore, of course, because I don't spend there the most of the time.
Would you go back there?
Living there?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I think I got enough from the city. I love it so much, but it's not a place I would live in.
Okay, so New York?
New York would be 100%.
Did your boyfriend move to New York with you?
No, he's still living in Miami, but he comes every weekend.
Is that
see
enough?
Me. It's not enough, but it's a good way to keep the relationship interesting and to make it going better, I guess.
Yeah. And you were in such a sort of deep one before that a bit of space might be more.
No, it's not been that long that we're together, but I think I was.
How long have you been together?
It's from July.
Okay, so it's all
so we
new.
spent all the summer together.
Mm-hmm.
We went on vacation, and it's not that much.
Right.
But I know from experience that spending time with a person like every day, seeing each other every day, it depends also on the personalities that are going. But usually what I've seen is that they find reasons to fight, even if they have not. Like they're so bored of being together that they find a reason to fight.
And that's part of the emotional life of a human being.
Yeah, and we also fight, but at least not every day.
But would you do it every day? You would have one big fight and then it would blow over and you go back to the routine. But I do think all of these emotions are really important. And actually, you can enjoy it.
And I'm also a person that, I mean, I fire a lot.
You're fiery. You're a Sagittarian. You like to fight.
Yes, I do.
I like to fight so much too. And my wife is a Sagittarian. So you can imagine. You can imagine the heat and the friction and the sparks that fly. Because Leos are very, very easygoing. But they have huge tempers as well, obviously. So, and Sagittarians
and we're so stubborn.
And Sagittarians. Well, I think there's tension that arrives because Leos are the sun. Mm-hmm. And therefore they assume that the world revolves around them. And Sagittarians always think they're right. They're real know-it-alls. They're know-it-alls.
Yeah.
And so there's that.
I admit that. I know.
You do.
I know. Yeah,
You're a
I
know-it-all.
know. That's true. That's true. We do. I mean, I do.
I mean, you actually do, but not to Leos. Leos assume that they actually are the ones who.
Well, that's beautiful. I
mean,
that's
absolutely right.
You don't need someone that tells you everything is right. There's no spice.
But on the question of being together every day, my wife and I met a long time ago. And we have basically lived out of each other's pockets every single day of our lives, pretty much.
Every day?
Pretty much every day. All day, every day. And so, the joys. Is that my wife in the background? I think maybe she came in really quietly, going up the stairs. That weather, the weather of everyday life, it's the weather, essentially, it is important, I think, because that's really knowing the person. That's knowing the person in such tiny detail. And even though you have your reasons to fight and your incompatibilities and your tensions, that knowing that is actually quite comforting sometimes as well. I get so much out of fighting.
To be honest, I would like him to live with me. I mean,
get him to live with you.
From tomorrow.
Why can't you get him
He's
to
studying in Miami, so he...
Oh, okay. Is he your age?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so does he know what he
finish
wants and what he wants to do and where he's going?
Yeah, he wants to also do a master here in New York so we can live together in a couple of years.
Okay. So it'll take 2 years for him to get here. That's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know.
You can't speed up the process somehow?
It doesn't feel wrong. It feels so good.
Okay, great. I mean, you're in the first flush. You're in the honeymoon period, of course.
Yeah, and then we'll see. And also, he finishes school and then he can stay with me all the summer months or the vacation months.
Right.
I mean, in December, we'll be together for a month.
Right.
So...
That's why you're looking forward to Christmas
and
so much.
Every weekend he comes see me.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, so it's not that bad.
He still comes every weekend?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
And if I could, and when I can, I go to Miami as well. And stay for a weekend or a week if I have a gap. So it's not that bad now. Then we'll see. We know we have that, which, when everything seems to be too perfect, there's something which ruins it. Yes. And
but that's if you think it that way. Don't think that way and it won't be.
Well, that is, I guess, this thing that our distance is our distance.
So, nice. Great. Is that it?
Yeah, because they didn't put many pictures.
Oh, wow. Are you starting fresh? Is this a re-judging of what you've done?
Well, they just showed some of the pictures I had in my 50 pictures books in other places in Europe.
I see.
I think they didn't match the New York standards or something.
Is that right? It's a different market, a different standard.
Also, when I went to London, my pictures from Paris and Milan weren't that great for them.
I see.
And I understand. It's a different style.
Absolutely.
And also, it's been only 1 week I'm here, so...
Is that really
a
week? Oh, wow. Okay. Did you do any shows? Are you a showgirl?
I didn't do Fashion Week.
Okay.
And the first reason was that I didn't have the visa to start in New York. Mm-hmm. And they didn't want me to lose New York, also for that season. They would be like, you can do next season, we'll see. But you will start from New York.
It's interesting looking at it, but because you are portrayed here as a cool girl, and when you first see you look like a beautiful girl. And they've taken a bit of the commercial beauty that's so obvious and focused on the cool and the little bit of edge. And that must be about the market.
I guess, yeah.
But it works.
Well,
How do you feel about it? I
don't know. I mean, none of these pictures is not beautiful to me. I don't like this that much. I like the other one more because they retouched this. I don't like it.
Okay.
But the other ones, I like them all.
Because
I know I have better. I do, in my opinion.
Yes.
But better doesn't mean right.
Right. Okay, absolutely.
So I trust my agency. I trust my agents. There's no point in being there if I don't trust them.
Exactly.
I'm not the kind of model that would put a picture of herself and just change her book when she walks out the agency.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you think would work.
Does that actually happen?
Yeah, it does.
Interesting.
And I don't blame them. I mean, I'm nobody to judge you. And it's my way of thinking. And I mean, if I don't get a job because of my book, at least I can say it's my agent's fault. Right. In my mind. It's not my fault that I put the wrong pictures inside.
Right. And you screwed it up.
Yeah. So I sleep well anyways.
Exactly. And get some peace and equanimity that you're looking forward to. I really hope you get it quickly. I think that's probably a good place to end. I really enjoyed this. interview. You
Thank you.
have a lot of great stuff ahead of you. And I'm so happy that you found a partner to enjoy it all with, because I did. And I'm one of those people who, it's so much more enjoyable life if it's shared. I'm a bit lazy, maybe.
I'm also lazy.
So
But I take the risks.
I'll do it if it involves another person. Maybe I'll go make the effort, you know.
Now tell me about it. I wouldn't be here if my boyfriend wouldn't live in Miami. I would probably be still in London.
Is that right?
I never had the courage to do that step. New York for me was just too away in my life, just too difficult. Also, I would think my visa will take too long. My visa took literally 1 week,
Right.
which is like
So
incredible.
all of your negative expectations have been blown away.
Yeah,
And so that must be good to know what's possible.
exactly. Yeah,
And
I needed someone to be next to me.
Exactly. That's so great. Ilaria, that was a real pleasure. Thank you so much.
It was
for
my
coming.
pleasure,
We're gonna do
and
some
thank you.
more.
And I'm so sorry I was like just delaying this thing forever.
Oh no, don't worry.
I was looking for this interview.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
Was.
And I'm so glad and happy that we're doing this and that models get to show who they are. And in sometimes such detail. I hope this isn't too dark. I'm going to bring it all up in post.
Well, I'm pale, so I think
You're
even
good.
the
You're
darker, dark.
You're perfectly exposed. Thank you so much. This is for YouTube as well. So we need to
Good.
do the shout out.
Okay.
So please,
out
if you,
YouTube.
Ilaria is so great. She's given so much today, I think, and so much personal stuff as well. If you would like to applaud that and liking, subscribing, sharing, and all the other stuff,
Yes.
because I need followers. I mean, I would do this anyway. This is a complete labor of love. If nobody saw this, it would be fine. I do feel it's a bit of a what's the word? I have a flag to fly, which is to document our times. And I've been a fashion photographer doing it in a particular way for so many years, and I want to enlarge what that means. And I've spent so many hours enjoying the company of human beings, talking to them on set, to want to share a bit of that pleasure and give the love, as you
so
suggested.
beautiful. Yes.
Absolutely.
Give the
Fashion
love.
can be beautiful.
Fashion is beautiful.
It totally is.
Fashion
So,
is beautiful.
Thank you so much for all
Thank
of
you
that
very much.
sentiment. And bye-bye, everybody. We'll see
Bye,
you again
everybody.
soon. Bye.